Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the late schedule. You know, sometimes duty calls and I had to do something otherwise. Sorry if for anyone who have been waiting. And I don't know if those who are online are still there. Please, can you type in the one in the comment section if you can hear me? I just need to make sure I'm not speaking to myself. Please, if you can do that, and that would be great. Let's see. I think, I don't know. Can I have a one in the comment section if you can hear me, please? Okay, I'm audible. All right, okay. Thanks everyone for coming. You know, today, yesterday I just sat after watching YouTube, you know, I saw what was going on and I said, well, this needs to stop. But sometimes you need to judge, you know, because I'm going to admit, you know, I think Kaizo is not going to admit, Kaizo has created a lot of hate amongst people. And this is something that it is not correct. You know, sometimes we might have fun, we might have fun, you know, entertainment. But I think Kaizo actually has created hate among people, especially people, the Horn of Africa, and people of, I don't know, Bantu or Niger Congo descent. Yeah, sometimes I think, is he orchestrating this just for view, or actually people just being stupid to hate each other, or actually people really do have this hate for each other, for one another, because I think it has gone so far and it's not more entertainment. And things like this can go far. You don't know. You can meet someone on the street and you start treating them differently just because of what you heard or listen on YouTube, which sometimes it's not the case. And I just want us to have this open conversation, and so we can kind of address this stuff. So if I'm just going to put in the link because I think this is a general conversation. I don't have so much things to say. And so the what I just want to say. So, at what point do we take responsibilities for doing, for saying what we say on YouTube? At what point do we stop? So, is Kaizo actually the evil puppet master? Is he actually making people hate each other, or this hate is within, and he's just trying to bring this hate out of people so that we do see each other the way they do things. Yeah. Some people say don't blame Kaizo. Some people say blame Kaizo, but I think pushing hate, making people hate each other, is it's not something that we need to promote. I've seen someone come online and say, "Hey, I'm low IQ." People admitting they have low IQ. Yeah. So is Kaizo to be blamed for this hate, or people are just stupid and people need to take responsibility for what they say? Or actually, is there a real hate? Can people really come together or not? So let's have this conversation. And if you have a different view, you can come and reject it. But to me, I think he has actually made people hate themselves, and it's something that it is not correct. Yeah. So welcome. I think that should be more.
Yeah, what's up, Kifaru? Um,
Yeah, yeah,
so yeah, I was gonna say you are correct in some of the things you said. For about a good couple of months, I've been calling out Kaizo for the rhetorics that and the shenanigans that he's been pulling on his YouTube channel. I saw through this way earlier. I've been calling this out. And again, Tanky Boss said that don't blame this on Kaizo. Of course, there's a element of blame on Kaizo because again, there are things that he does that people may not necessarily see, but then again, it ignites the fire. And the problem is, I don't know if Kifar, if you noticed this, there are too many Somali accounts recently that came on Kaizo's platform. Half of them I've never seen in my entire life, other than some of the usuals. Like half of these accounts, I clicked into some accounts in it because you can see the time that these YouTube channels have been registered. Literally a week ago, 5 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, all of these Somali accounts have been created, and they have been saying absolutely disgusting slurs. My point is, Kaizo has, again, we all know Kaizo and his 25 different accounts that he has on on standby whenever he wants to cause chaos. So again, I'm just asking because again, I've been saying this yesterday. I've been telling the panel, use your brain. Who is playing you? Who's doing all of this? Again, I've even said it. I said before he did this, I said he's gonna cause fire. People are gonna fight and argue amongst each other. Then they're gonna continue blame one another, and then he's gonna disappear. Then he's only gonna return when the fire dimmed down, and then he's gonna start it again. It's a pattern of his. He's a mercenary when it comes to YouTube. He doesn't care about anything else. He only cares about the dust. I was gonna say, in general, you have to ask yourself several questions. So look, this is the question I'm gonna ask you guys. Again, every time he talks about specific topics. So how again, if you study psychology, you know about basic instruments. For example, say a lie enough times, it becomes a truth. Cause divide enough times, it becomes permanent. Simplistic stuff like that you can use in basic, psychology that you can implement. He's using basic psychological tactics to then again get these low IQ victims in his panel. And again, I'm a prime example because he got me a good couple of times. My point is, even though I knew I'm playing along to his game, I still did it in certain equations. Some of the times, again, I was trolling, but in certain times, I was again getting to a debate which I knew that, again, there's a saying, right? When you're debating a stupid person, never, they say, actually, no, they say never debate a stupid person because he'll drag you down to his level and beat you with experience. My point is, I partook in that dust and my IQ dropped. So again, the question, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You did
go ahead, Mo. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let more
So
land that.
yeah. So the question I'm asking you guys is again another thing that you guys have to understand. He worked for MI5. Again, there is an act. This in section 1 of the contract that he signed for MI5. It prohibits current or former staffs from making any disclosures of anything they did behind the scenes. And MI5 is the equivalent. MI5, MI6 is the equivalent of CIA in the UK. That's all I have to say. You can put all the rest together.
Okay, more. So
thank you, but hold on, thank you, but of course I participated in that because I'm defending my people and all that kind of stuff. I'm defending my people, so of course I participated. It's not because I didn't participate because I took it on board. In fact, in the beginning, I tried to calm the situation down but it didn't calm down. It went into dust. So I got into dust as well and all that stuff. So that's the case. It got dusty, so I got dusty. You understand? But I can tell you, Kifaru, Kaizo's entire aim, just like Afrodamos, is to completely kill any idea of African cohesion. So he kind of like lets this at play and say, you see why you Africans are dusty? You can't work together. Instead of showing the similarities we may have, he's showing the differences and actually fueling it into dust. You understand what I mean? So it just revolves into that.
Yeah, welcome, Chunky Bot. So, what do you have to say? Is Kaizo the evil puppet master? Is he the one making people to have to go ahead on each
He's
other,
not a master.
or he's just trying to bring out what people already think of each other? What will you say about each other?
Yeah. Kaizo just gives us a platform. Then people speak whoever they want to speak. So I don't see why we're blaming him for, for sentiments that already exist, right?
No, but partially, Tanky, that he has to take responsibility for some of the titles and some of the demeanors that he uses within his content. He uses divisive stuff like, for example, causing a fuel to the fire, basically calling Africans words such as monkeys. And then what he does is bring the rhetorics of Somalis into the panel, and then he causes a little fire amongst the Somalis and the rest of the Africans, and then he disappears. I'm talking small rhetorics like that he needs to take responsibility for.
Yeah, but we all decide to partake, right? I know it's forcing you to say anything.
Thank you, but even you.
But then it requires you to defend your people if you're nationalistic. Yeah, go ahead.
If your people are being insulted, if Eritreans are being insulted non-stop, thank you, but even you will join in to partake and all that stuff. You understand? You won't sit back down and all that kind of stuff.
Of course.
But so you blame.
But then you blame the Kaizo, right?
You blame the host that's facilitating this kind of toxicity. You understand?
No, he's just giving us a platform. If people choose to partake, that's their problem.
Right.
Emma, look, okay, this Emma, look at that more. Emma, Amika said he never heard you correcting Somalis, and sometimes, we have to take some responsibility. He said he never heard you correcting Somalis. I think he gets when they say something bad, and me myself, I always take this responsibility. Sometimes we get into it. It's so entertaining, but I think it's causing more damage because I'm not going to lie. There are people here that have actually created enmity online. You understand? You cannot believe in someone's ideology. There's nothing wrong with that. But to hate someone because of what you hate online, I think that's where the line is being drawn. You understand?
Not just online. You have to, again, if you hate people in real life as well, it just shows the level of intellectual capability that you possess.
You're not picking up on the trend. The trend that's happening online, in Clubhouse, in social media is the bile. Obviously, that's what Dr. Kaizo justifies these things. He says the bile that exists is having to come out. So he kind of exacerbates it. You understand what I mean? So now it's going. Now a lot of people who may not have been aware of this or developed any hate, now they're becoming aware and all that stuff because of the amount of rubbish going on and all that kind of stuff. And he doesn't help the situation even to kind of educate people or mitigate it. You understand? He just exacerbates the differences and says why these people are inferior. So a lot of hate is being built up. You understand what I mean? I hate that's gonna impede Africa or something like that. It's gonna impede Africa. Or I don't know, maybe to a political extent it might not. I don't know. But all I can say is the hatred is developing. I'm telling you, it's ever becoming more evident. So it's not just online.
Kaizorian, instead of hiding in the comments, come on.
Yeah, you guys join this panel.
This is the thing. I did not want Kaizo to come. I did not want Kaizo to come online now, but he's here. I don't want it. We talk about it. We talk about it.
Wait. There's something that you're not understanding.
I'm not going to join a panel that promotes values I don't agree with, right?
Kaizo is a very meticulous person. He's always paying attention to other people's streams. He may not act like it, but he always is listening.
Well, my man, Tankybot will say something. Tankybot, it seems you kind of accept the fact that what is going on is nothing new. It is real. It is what it is. And we should not blame Kaizo. So do you think that the Kaizo is not trying to fuel the hate? Don't you believe Kaizo has actually made people hate one another from where you come from online? Don't you think he has fuel into it?
I think if you hate people simply because of online like cussing matches, then you have personal issues. That's your own problem.
So you're trying to say he's got no responsibility. People are just stupid.
Yeah. Like, don't join.
What do you say to that?
Thank you,
Don't,
Bob.
don't join platforms that you don't agree with, right? If they promote values that you dislike, then don't join them.
Of course, but there's also another factor to
I
it.
put 5 Jerez in a casket.
Guys, that's why I wanted people to speak.
He's using
Freely.
a counter
Without being manipulated by me. Okay.
That's the problem, you know.
Okay, don't worry. I won't stay for too long. I'll go back in the chat soon. Don't worry. But let's ask
Okay,
a question.
Kaizo, are you the evil puppet master?
Not evil, but obviously there's some puppetry going on. As you can see, my name is Pinocchio there, and you know, you see, I want to be a real boy, right? So it's connected to everything that you say. You know, Horn Africans, real Africans, my puppet master. It's all there in the name Pinocchio. But the reality is this, right? I have exposed Africans to each other. This is the reality of how Africans feel about each other, right? The Bantus. In fact, there's a lot of fake Bantus out here, right? These people in West Africa are not Bantus. But they claim they're Bantus. Fine. I think what they mean is the Jerer. Okay, say Jerer or say Goralo in Oromo language. That's what they say for, you know, the other kinds of Africans. But the point here is, right, there's a hate between the fake Bantus and the Kushites, and the Kushites between them and the Somalis, and obviously the Ethiopians and the Nigerians. The only people who have been left out is the South Africans. Now, the reason why people are hating each other is because it's deep in their spirit. They want to hate each other. Think about it, Kifaru. Think of it this way, right? Right now, in the countries that I've mentioned, right, there's wars between the same tribes. So clearly, Kaizo can't be puppeteering things. The hatred is in the spirit of Africans.
So what's the aim of you bringing that out? If you're going to continue with this line of questioning, then what was the aim that you're trying to get to? What was the final destination?
All right. The point is that Kaizo doesn't need to do anything. Africans already hate each other. Africans will kill each other because you stole the other African's camel. So realistically, all I'm doing is I'm exposing the feeling of truly being connected to different Africans. You see, with the Pan-African, until my channel came along, and to an extent, African Millennials channel, is that it used to be focused on, let's say you go search for Uhuru, some dusty show about Gambia or Ghana for like 500 years. Like, it's just one country. It's like Black Americans coming. You used to be focused on some one country. So people used to like, yeah, Africa. But you see, my channel is a truly Pan-African channel because Africans from all the regions, you know, the exception, even North Africa, we have some North Africans, right? So this is me finally exposing how Africans truly feel about each other. Now, if Africans can't get along within that sector, it means that Africans can't get along in the real life. Because if you can't get along on YouTube, how are you going to be able to build free trade? Why do you think there is no free trade in Africa? It's because Africans
someone said you're
like
that you're just doing that for views, that you don't even mean it, that you're just doing that just for views.
Wait, what exactly am I doing though? I don't do anything. All I do is I have a show.
Yeah,
right?
I agree with Kaizo though. He's not doing anything wrong though. He's just exposing the fragility among the Africans online. So even if you go on TikTok or Facebook, it's not doing anything new. You see West Africans making videos bashing the
It's even worse there.
You see Somalis making videos bashing, so it's on both
It's a bunch
sides.
of 15-year-olds. You shouldn't let that be the estimate of IQ, or you
That's what
shouldn't
I'm
let
saying.
that.
It's online sentiments. That's what I'm
TikTok's
saying.
full of kids.
Yeah, so
I
don't.
mean, I don't trust that platform. But
Kaiser
again,
just puts debate out there, and everybody just low IQ
But look,
just start throwing shots at each other.
But see,
so,
but then again, that comes to a line of questioning that I have to ask the Kaizo. Again, Kaizo, the first point I wanted to make to you is you said that you wanted to expose the tensions or the inner, as you said, the inner thoughts within Africans, right? But again, to what ends?
To make us know that Pan-Africanism can never work in the way that it's being constructed. Pan-Africanism can only be about trade, nothing else. it's all about trade, because this whole liking each other is, you guys expose yourself, right? You guys dislike each other because you look different. Literally, the lowest IQ reason to this to not trust
Which is
someone else.
sad though, but it's the
And you're
truth.
both black.
Hey,
You know,
It
Kaizo, I
you're
raises
got a
its
both,
question to
ugly
ask you.
head every single stream.
Hey,
that's
hey,
it.
It's
Kaizo,
People
I got a
look
question to
different.
ask you.
That's it.
This may
That's
be,
low IQ.
this may. Okay, so Kaizo, I got a question to ask you. This may be out of the questioning line, but again, when you're working for the MI5, do you sign any
Yeah,
confidential
let's
reports
stay within
contracts?
let's stay within the
Yeah, yeah.
frame
Let's
because
let's
we've
stay
got
within
so
YouTube.
much
Yeah.
time. Yeah, so
We'll go to.
Kaizo, but don't you take some responsibility? Will you accept that you have made some other people who were not
I'll
who were
accept
not
the
aware of
responsibility that.
this
Yeah.
hate? To
Let
don't you
me.
aware?
Okay, so first of all, I don't think there's a real hate, right? Whenever people hate each other, it means that there's a self-hate problem, right? That means the West Africans hate themselves, and then the Horn Africans hate themselves. The only one who doesn't hate themselves is me, because I don't hate other people. So hate comes from a feeling of dislike for your own self. So really, I'm just exposing the psychological underbelly of the African man. Instead of going out there and competing with the white man, seeking for as much money as a white man, get the white man's daughter, you'd rather go and fight a Jeded, and you'd rather go fight a Cushite. So really, I'm only exposing the insecurity, the fragility of the African male spirit.
Kaizo, okay, look at this. Some people are saying you radicalized them. Sorry.
Yeah, that is correct. I have radicalized a few people.
Guys, so all
Um,
I was saying
I
is
don't
don't
think
stop.
you
Keep
can't
doing
take
what
what
you're
Kaizo says.
doing. Don't let nobody tell you what to do on this YouTube. If they don't like it, they can decide not to click on it. Simple as.
no, but
You
they
know.
love it. If you not noticed
That's what I'm
yesterday,
saying. They enjoy
we
it.
had 58 views again.
When
That's
it's
the
a
old me.
Bantu roast session, right? You see every other person that's not from that clique. They're all happy and excited in the comments, throwing shots. But when the insult is on them, then everybody becomes sensitive. So it goes both ways. Just do what you're doing. Don't let nobody tell you how to run the channel. Simple as.
Yeah, because I think
So yeah, I get you, but Nigerian Prince, don't you think creating hate and making people insult themselves, don't you think Kaizo should take
Listen,
the
I've
responsibility
never
and
met
say,
a Somali or Ethiopian in my entire life. Just because I hear stuff on YouTube, I'm not that daft to think that all Somalis or all Ethiopians have that mindset. No.
but that is
It's
you.
like
That
when
is
people
you.
say, oh, if you play Call of Duty, you're going to take a gun and start killing people. Or
Okay, I
somebody
get that.
molested you, so that's why you
Yes,
become gay. So excuses.
that is you. You're mature enough. Not everyone is mature than you. We've watched Kaizo's stream where people trying to make up a dues to go fight. That is crazy, and we laugh with smile.
Bro, I was
That is
laughing yesterday.
some people
Dark and
who've
Gas
not
Me Up
met a
were
Somalia.
radicalizing Africans. It was
People
just
people who've not met a Somali before or an Ethiopian and come on Kaizo stream. They might not even want to have anything to do with them, and this might just be like innocent good people
so.
doing on
Kifaro, do you want to
going
put
on
fake
about
band-aids? Do
their
you want to
normal
build?
life.
Kifaro, let me ask you a question. And this actually, okay. So for me, my channel, obviously, most correct to an extent. I do obviously do things in a calculated way. Obviously, I'm not stupid, right? I know what I'm doing, but I'll admit to that. But let me give more context here, Kifaro. Do you really care about actually changing Africa on the ground level, or do you care about these other fake Pan Africans out here just talking about coming together? Whatever the hell coming together means,
No,
Kifaro.
Kate, I don't think
What do you want,
your
Kifaro? Let
stream.
me ask
You're
you,
talking
Kifaro.
more about
What
Pan
do you want?
Africanism.
Okay, Kifaru, what do you want from so-called Pan-Africanism? Do you want Africans to actually build something that can make their continent less dusty? Or are you just here for the whole feeling of we're doing something, we're together, whatever that means? Answer me that question first, Kifaru. What is
No,
Pan-Africanism to you?
it's
A
not
feeling
feeling. It's to
or a
build
consequence?
Africa, Kaizo.
no, it is. There's a saying: every madman starts off thinking that he's right. But look, in general, what I was gonna say.
Kaizo, just to answer you, I think it's to be Pan African. Let's let the I don't know African millennial. What do you want to say? I think you were here before.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I don't know. I personally find it funny how there's some people on the panel who always calling on Kaizo show, but it have an issue, and they're saying Kaizo has an agenda. So it's like, if you know that, why would you be a part of that? Do you get what I mean? Like, With Kaizo,
Mm,
I remember when I was offended with what some things that Kaizo said on his panel, right? I was offended. And then I came to him and I talked to him about it. And then I realized, wait, this guy lets people speak bad about his own people. This guy lets people go on the panel speak bad about Kenyans, roast Wangas all day. Like, he actually lets them do that too. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, clearly he can't be biased if he's letting people make fun of his own people and he doesn't even say anything about it. So I mean, if that happens, why would you expect that he would defend your own people when he doesn't even defend his own? Like, I don't even take it personal like that. And to be honest, yeah, it's the dust. It's the dust. It's a dust panel, and I feel like when we watch these type of channels once, we watch these type of panels once, and we continuously keep going back and supporting it, then that means that we like it, and we just have to be honest with ourselves about that. This is not Kaizo's fault. It's not. You know, if what Kaizo, and there was,
what do
okay,
you mean,
no,
AM? It's
let me
not
not say it.
Kaizo's fault.
But if what Kaizo does is so bad, then what are we? Like, what are, because we're entertaining it, we're calling in, we're participating, we're giving fuel to it. And I don't buy the excuse of people saying that they're calling in to correct the madness. I'm sorry, I don't buy that excuse
AM, but
because
then AM,
if you
come on. You've said
literally,
this before. You've done this before. I mean, like when people said that, there's Bantu or there are Bantus within West Africa, you came on the panels and corrected them. People have that tendency where they feel like the information that people are spouting is incorrect. Then they have that necessity that they want to go on panels and correct those people.
So Mo, does
Everybody goes.
correcting involve setting up fights and fighting Irish
No,
people?
I mean, once in a while, Kaizo, everybody is gonna pay attention to, or when they have free time, they're gonna call
But
in
Mo,
to panel.
I've never
No,
fought
but yeah,
anyone before.
please
No, no, but look,
let's there go. Then we'll come back. I have questions. I'll
okay.
ask most of you guys. Let there has been here. What do you have to add, Di? So I could.
So the thing is, everybody knows Kaizo does this for views. Like, stop being facetious. You do it for views. But at the same time, I don't blame you because these are grown people. You allow some random come out of nowhere, insult you, you get radicalized. That tells me that you have no maturity. So I'm not going to even really blame Kaizo, but I will say that you do it for views and donations because you ended the stream if you didn't get a donation. That's what you do. That's what your MO is. But nonetheless, again, I'm not going to blame you. It's the grown people who decided to engage, decided to use derogatory terms just to respond to whatever was said. And that's why I never really call on these panels. I'd rather stay in the chat because it's really beneath me. But nonetheless, the only other thing I gotta say is, PA Astro Photos, I got you on the next string. Don't worry about it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Yeah. So AM. So don't you think Kaizo has to take responsibility sometimes for what he does online, despite people calling in? Don't you think they say if you don't have a gun, you're not going to shoot? So he is giving people the gun to shoot. Don't you think he needs to take the responsibility for not giving people that gun?
absolutely not, because you still decided to shoot. You still decided to pull the trigger, right? Okay, if you want to say that Kaizo holds some responsibility, I can kind of go with that, but he shouldn't really be holding the majority of responsibility when it's a whole bunch of grown adults that call into his panels. People have even said this. See, this is why people are being very disingenuous. People have noticed this. They even joke about it. Oh, Kaizo will have this topic and then he'll run away. He'll leave the panel. But people are still there. They still want to be there. They still want to engage in all of this stuff. This is not Kaizo's fault. We're all grown adults. Nobody here is under 8. Okay, maybe some people are under 18. Majority of us are not under 18. Majority of us are definitely not under 13. We signed this contract and we agreed to these terms. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it. Like, if Kaizo's stream is so bad, You watched it once, you watched it twice. You should have just unsubscribed, but you didn't. You're still there. Why? Why are you still there?
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
we got 40 new subscribers in the last few days. You see, that's how bad it is.
Okay, there's this thing that happened in Rwanda. They call it the radio de calling. This guy, he was always online talking about the tortoise a days, you know. But you will say, oh, people who were listening to him, people who were listening to him were responsible. Yeah, were responsible for what they did. But just constantly making people go at each other, you think, you know, one time
But
it's gonna build something on your head that well, actually,
okay,
this person is not
yeah.
my friend. You
Half of the
understand?
time,
And
actually,
that's my problem.
But Kifaro, let me
half
ask
of
you
the
a
time
question.
the streams naturally
Yeah,
become
go ahead.
lost. It's not Kaizo creating these topics. Half of the time, it just naturally go there. Like Kaizo's discussing one topic, and then it naturally develops into something completely different, right? Like the past few days, what encouraged someone to come and talk about holiness? It was completely irrelevant. He made the conscious decision to come and derail the conversation. I don't think he. So I guess the garden would be free speech because that's the only thing that he's providing us with.
Yeah. So do you? Okay. So
that's the wrong issue.
Wait,
yes.
Kivara, can
So
I
let me
say
ask.
something really quick? I'm
Go ahead,
gonna
sis.
leave
Yes.
the panel. Yeah. Okay. So there were some people yesterday who were really triggered by Kaizo's stream last night, right? And my question is, how come when there was a whole Bantu stream, nobody said anything? But then yesterday, everyone wanted to be like, why is this happening to us? Like, stop it. Okay? If you are cool when there are other people being made fun of, you don't want to do anything about it then when it's your turn, I think you should have the same thing, to be quite honest. Now, I get it. The people are going to be like, "Oh, it wasn't fair. There weren't enough people there to defend themselves." People had the opportunity to click on the panel like they always do, and they didn't. That's not Kaizo's fault. Anyways,
So you
that's all I
think
have to say.
Kenzo has got zero responsibility? So
Huh?
the responsibility is all the viewers and people calling in.
Absolutely.
It's
The
not.
responsibility is everybody. Everybody who participates, it's their responsibility equally, I think, not just Kaizo's.
So only me. What will you say to that? What will you say to what AM said? Thanks for coming. So what's your take
Yeah,
on this?
good day, good day. Yeah, listen, listen, if you have a channel and it is your responsibility, first of all, to control your audience, and it is your responsibility what's gonna happen in your channel, whether you like it or not, it is your responsibility. Many people are YouTubers, and that's the responsibility that comes to it. Now here is the thing, the sister said that why you don't defend yourself, whatever. I think this is no here nor there, to be honest. And one thing I agree with her is that if you don't like it, leave it. And that's exactly what I did for almost a year. I have never been in his channel. I clicked last night, and that was the show of a shit show, what was going on. And I had to jump on because I had to come for my brother Lima, who was in between by 20 men who could not let him speak and tell him off. And that was the only reason I clicked on, and that was it. I don't watch his channel. I don't anticipate in his channel. I don't engage at all in his channel. And I do understand for the Somalis who enjoying his channel, coming in or whatever, the honors, it is your fault by taking part of this shit show. You are contributing to this shit show. You are entertaining this shit. It is your fault. You understand? If you don't like it, leave it. And that's exactly what I did. The first time I did not like, I left that shit place where it was. You understand? And now here it is. People come in and say, look, hurt, nobody's hurt. First of all, nobody's fucking hurt. But the problem here is when we are talking about certain people, then you let the person respond to you. That's what you do. If you make a statement, let the other person who will defend his case respond to you. But that was not happening. Kaizo does this shit. Kaizo, you're there. your show and whatever you do in your show is up to you. Fine, I don't have no problem with. But know this, that people will get triggered. And I'm just coming in here and telling these honors of Somalis or whoever taking part of this show, it is paying off. You going to be the shit show. It is your fault. You take part of it, it is your fucking fault. That's what I'm saying. I had the audacity to leave that show and never come back again until last night. It was almost a year ago. Until last night, and the only reason I came back to that show was the shit that was happening. One guy, 20 guys could not let him talk, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are they being such a bitches? Just let talk man to man. Like
Wait,
they
did you
will
see the
literally small
Bantu
bitch.
stream, only me? You know, they did the same
I
thing
did
to the
not
Bantu.
see your bro. Listen, I did not see any of your
Okay.
shows. I don't watch your shows.
The
I
point
could care
is, right?
less.
These people
You
are not in,
understand?
are not in,
No,
guilty.
nobody cares
They're
what
not innocent.
happened 1 year ago,
Emma,
brother. Let me just
this is
finish
the
Bro,
my
thing.
bro.
Listen,
thing.
I
Let me
want
just
This
people
finish
to
is
my
the
just
thing.
problem. These are
Kaizo,
I
people
let
don't.
don't
that
have a,
let that talk, Kaizo. You will
Let
talk
me
later.
finish. I actually don't care. I don't give a fuck what happened a year ago, okay? I was not there. I did not watch. I don't care. And if you still had that grunge that happened a year ago, Kaizo, something's
there is no
fucking
grudge.
deeply
I don't
wrong
give a
with
shit
you.
about
There
Bantus
is a
and Mimi. You're missing
grunge.
the point.
If you mention that shit that happened a year ago, it is definitely a grunge
I'm
that you were
bringing it
holding.
up because I'm trying to
It
explain that I
is.
let everybody speak, only me. Trust me, I don't give a
Yeah,
shit about
yeah,
Bantus
no,
or Kushites
yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
I only
So
care
you
about
say,
myself.
so you say, bro. So you
Bro,
say,
listen,
so you
if you come
say.
to my channel, if you're high IQ
I,
and you're not 68 IQ, you realize I give everyone a free speech on my channel. That's the
who
one thing
is
I'm
high
consistent on.
IQ in your channels? I don't understand.
Okay,
Here's the thing. Here's the
only
thing.
me,
Here's the
only
thing.
me.
Okay, so it is what I wanted to say was just make it short. It is his responsibility, whatever happens. Kifaro, you have your own channel, right?
Listen, no one
It
forced you
is
to
your
start calling
responsibility
people
what happens,
Gerard
and it
yesterday,
is
only
my
me, right?
responsibility. It is
You
my
forced, did I force
responsibility
you
what
to start
happens.
calling people names yesterday?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, you
okay. See,
did. You
this is
I
did.
the
forced
thing.
You
you.
Yeah,
really
like
did.
all the name
Yes, you
calling,
did.
all the name calling,
Believe me,
Lord,
you
all
this
the
is
name
did.
funny.
You understand? You did, Kaizo. Don't pretend to be innocent here. It was your responsibility. People calling me names, I call names back. If you set the fire, expect the smoke. You understand? You cannot say, "Oh my God, you called me Jared. How dare you?" When you calling people stupid bastards, whatever, fucking smoke will come at your face. So yeah, basically you forced
Okay,
me to
okay.
say Gerard. Basically,
Only
Let,
me, only
I
me.
was
Only me. Do you believe that Kaizo has created hate among people, or
yes,
do you think
most
people just
definitely.
hate themselves
No,
naturally?
Kaizo
Into
created this not Kaizo created shift. People hate each other now, and this is thanks to him. Of course, look, listen. First of all, brother, I understand his concept. Oh my God, I got 40 subscribers. Fine, you're getting 40 subscribers, but you're making people hate each other and fight each other and insult each other, and you click out for your own fucking channel. You click out and let that show shit run. You understand? No wonder his channel being closed so many times, because he is literally violating the YouTube protocols. He violating over and over again, and this is what's happening. And yes, of course, hate he's producing. He is absolutely the mastermind of this whole shit show. Thank you.
okay, I get so there's Astro. So Astro, what do you have to say to all of this? Is Kaizo the evil puppet master, or we are just who we are? He's just trying to help us express our inner thought.
Yeah, so I just want to make clear regarding the situation that I'm actually one of the masterminds behind Kaizo's Dusty model.
How did I know you're gonna say that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth, though. I'm the one that taught him to put Somalis in the title, because Somali specifically is what I found is, because, I have, excuse me, I'm speaking. What I found was when I made my own YouTube channel and I made videos, if I put Somalis in the title, they would always show up in the comments. So I gave him that special knowledge, and he implemented it. And what do you know? They call into his channel, they leave comments, they have an insatiable desire to participate in these discussions, especially when they're dusty. So no, it's not really Kaizo, guys. I'm the one behind everything. Okay, I just want to be upfront and honest with everyone. I created the Kaizorian Empire model. But the thing is, he needs to understand, though, he has 2 strikes on his channel, right? So, so here's the thing. Why did I do it, right? Why did I
okay. I was going to ask you
right,
that
so
question.
I need to clarify that, right? Why do I want this to happen? So, truth is, I don't want his channel to even exist, right? I know he has 2 strikes on his channel. But every time he posts a controversial stream when people get naked, like what's her name, Fang, when she strips in front of Nakamizi, it gets strikes. His channel gets temporarily suspended. He has 2. All he needs is 1. So if you implement a dust war, right, that dust war model, people fighting each other in the comments, there's bound to be 1 person to report a stream, and at that point, that's his last strike, and forever the Kaizoran Empire will fall, and it will never be rectified ever again.
So you are the real evil puppet master.
Yeah, it's me. At the end of the day, yes.
Yeah, he is right. He is going to fall. He's going to fall, and he's going to fall very hard. Because you have only 3 strikes, as he said, right? You have 3 strikes, and if you violate these strikes, you're gone. You're gone. Yeah, he's right.
Look, I never respected Kaizo's channel. I mean, it's very dusty. People insulting each other, very unproductive. He's a snake too. I knew Kaizo was a snake from the very beginning. When he called into Afrodamus' channel and he was saying, "I'm 170 IQ. These Africans are low IQ," and all this stuff. Oh, we enslaved these people. It's very dusty, and I knew this guy was a little snake because I'm not a low IQ African, right? So, yeah, he's gonna fall one day, and it's only a matter of time.
Tankybot does not believe that people. Kaizo is responsible for everything. Just before you say you are the original evil puppet master, but do you think Kaizo has created? I don't know what were your intention, but you believe he has created hate among people, among Honors and people of West or Central African descent, or do you think that's just how people view themselves in a way? Are you there?
Is that to me or Tinky?
To you.
No, Kaizo didn't create that hatred. I think that hatred has always been there. And proof of that is if you just go on Twitter and see what people say to each other. What he did was stimulate it. He gave it its own ecosystem on YouTube. That's the only thing he did. And it's worked well for him. He earned a lot of subscribers. He gets a lot of views now. I think I haven't watched his streams lately, but he's averaging more views now. And I told him this is what would happen. And he listened, right? When you make these streams controversial, when you put one group against the other, it's entertainment. It's good entertainment. People want to watch. People don't want to look at like streams that have to do with how to develop Africa and politics. No one cares about that. People just want dust, and that's what he got, and that's what everyone got. And now people are here crying. I mean, look, it worked. People are calling to Kafaru show, and they are crying that Kaizo is a puppet master, right? So obviously it's working. He's getting more attention to his name, and now we're here talking about him. But yeah, below that, I'm his puppet master. I just want to be very clear. I control Kaizo. I controlled him for a long time, and this is my work.
So do you think you have created a monster? Or you've not? It's just what it is?
No, I didn't create this monster. I'm not God. I don't create anyone. What I did was I controlled this monster, and I used him like my slave in the way that I want him.
That is interesting. Mo, what have you got to say? PNC is the real puppet master. Is the real evil puppet master.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't naturally have any hatred or harbor any type of ill will towards anybody. I don't live that type of way. In all honesty, I actually don't have any hatred towards any Africans or anybody else. As people would presume or try to put me in a box where I actually hate people. I mean, it's ridiculous. I have love for everybody. The second point I was gonna make is, Proud Eritrean is a classical example of a sociopath. He wants nothing but pure chaos, chaos and nothing more. He wants to see, the absolute most. I mean, the highest peak of chaos is what Proud Eritrean wants to see. He wants to see fights. He wants to see swears. He wants to see things thrown at each other. He wants to see chaos in general. But I understand where he's coming from. Africans love that. And since Africans will pay attention to dust and not high IQ intellectual talks, then so be it. And
But I think, Abu,
and I was
I think,
yep.
I think that was PA who was speaking before, because I think he changed the name. If PA is correct on what he's saying, um, I have to give him. I have to give him my hats down for you.
Yeah,
You really
it is.
succeeded,
Yeah,
bro.
I was gonna
Absolutely. 2 strikes is very hard to
look.
come around, right?
I
So
was,
if you made that happen, I mean, hands down for
and
you,
then
bro.
guys,
You
the third
succeeded.
the third point I was gonna make is again with with Kaizo. Look, I agree with the part where everyone said that if you don't like the dust, don't partake in the dust, and I'm a strong believer in that. And everybody here can admit to themselves that at some point they wanted to see dust. Me being the big example, admitting that. Um, yeah, but in general,
It's the
as
only
you
reason
say,
why we're all there. Let's be honest. Like, the numbers speak for
Well,
themselves, right? There's no other
yeah, I
reason
mean,
why we voted that one.
everybody wants the dust. There's no, I mean, there's
I
there's
don't see what
no,
we're crying about it now. Like, what's the issue?
no,
no,
I'm
I
not
just
crying
wanted
about it.
to ask Abu,
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. My question here is, he asked, Keizo asked me about if I watched the Bantu video, which I did not. One of
Mm.
the reasons is he took it down, right? He took it down right away. Whatever you guys said must have been very hurtful, and he took it down. I'm wondering, did he take down the videos? The guy who was calling the Horn of Africans animals and
So what happened was,
subspecies. No, but wait. There was calling subspecies in like animals or whatever he was saying. Did he take that video down or still on? That's what I'm wondering. Does he have the same? Does he have the same does he do the same thing for everybody, or is it only the Bantu when they get beaten up? He hides that video and he lets the horn one on streaming and everybody can watch it, because that would be double standard, right? For me, that is double standard. So let that and Bantu bashing out if the horn bashing is out, or pull of them, both of them pull it out. That's what I would do. So I'm
I
wondering, why is it still on?
I
You
understand the
understand?
point you're trying to make with the whole Kaizo. I mean, look, everybody is entitled to what they put in their own channel. I understand, and there is a fair critic in what you said about being just in what you say and what you do. But look, I was there in that stream. I never really was speaking, but I was in the comment section. I did speak actually. I maybe hopped on once or twice, but it was Abby and Nima, and they said some stuff that you can't say on YouTube, or you can't put out there. Let's just say that. Um,
yeah, because I'm going to speak for myself, but I'm more mature, man. Okay, I think if I was really young, if I was in my teenage years, if coming on YouTube, listening to Kaizo, that will radicalize me. What you hear on Kai, what you sometimes the kind of thing you hear, what people say on the chat, it could make me become part of a gang. You understand, part of a gang affiliation. I think this gang culture sometimes is being braided online, so we can't just say, "Hey, well, it's not his responsibility." People do what they think. So, if you give people the gun, they will shoot. So, if you don't give them the platform, they're not going to say what they're going to say. But now we have Astro, who's come to say, "Well, it's not Kaizo, it's me. I'm the real puppet. I'm the
You
evil
shouldn't
puppet."
indulge
Yeah,
religions
well,
and
I want to
we don't
elaborate.
indulge them.
Yeah, 1 second. I want to elaborate on how I infiltrated his channel. One of the things I noticed, the big issue that concerned him the most when it came to governing his channel, was the lack of moderation. His mods, they would be moderated, but they wouldn't post the links to the StreamYard, and he would get annoyed by that. So I would criticize them. I'd be like, "You're not doing your job." I would kiss up to Kaizo. I'd be like, "Call in," and stuff like that. Basically being a moderator, but not being moderated yet. So then what he did was he moderated me, and then he demodded all of my enemies. So DEI, Chelani, Dua, right? He demodded all of my every rude boy. All of my enemies got demodded, and I took over. I was the sole moderator on the space, me and I think Habibi. And from that point on, I basically was pulling strings towards the very end until I got shadow banned. I just recently got shadow banned. I think Kaizo, he learned that what I was trying to do. So I'm no longer on his channel. But that's how I infiltrated his channel, and I took over, and the Kaizorian Empire became mine, 100%.
Are you just trolling, or you actually speaking the truth?
It sounds pretty much
Pyro,
PA, I would
I'm
say.
about to go. I'm working. Let me just say this real quick. Like with this thing
Yeah,
with
go
Kaizo,
ahead.
it's just internet BS. You know,
Are you sure?
yeah. Listen, I believe guns. People kill people, not the guns. You know, and all these things is just some sentiments that already exist. That Kaiser just provides a platform, puts the bait out there, and everybody just starts coming for each other. But at the end of the day, we are responsible for our actions. If someone steps on my toe and I take out a knife and slit his throat, yeah, he provoked it, but I killed the person. So I still have to take responsibility of my action, of the words I say out of my mouth also. So all this, crying about who says what, I've come across some hateful channels on YouTube. When I heard the stuff they say, I'm like, what? I just go down on YouTube and say, there's a way you can click it where you won't get any notification from channels like that. So many of them, you don't have to click or engage. Like, this world is too beautiful to engage in all this negativity and vile talk and all that stuff. It's fine. If you have certain feelings about certain group of people, you can come on panels and say how you feel. But I believe Kaizo, yes, it promotes that hate. But at the end of the day, if it's too much and it's too negative for you, don't click on it and just live your life and don't let this hate consume you. Simple as. Thank you.
I gotta say something Nigerian as well, Nigerian Prince. Um,
Thank you,
you know,
Nigerian Prince.
there is some truth to what Prad Richie said. About the fact that again, I understand because I understood from day one what his plan was. He knows I understood. I know I understood. I knew what his goal was. And sometimes I played oblivious to it, so I wouldn't seem like I recognized what he's trying to do. But look, that's not the point. The point was, yeah, with the Milka, I need to answer your question. Yeah, Prada Richardson was in that stream, the banter stream. He was actually one of the main culprits. And with the other point I wanted to make as well is you shouldn't hold a grudge over a group of people, like, Gas Me Up and Darth, who were absolutely, I don't know, they were livid yesterday. They were saying all types of recklessness. I mean, hey, I'm a person that gives it and I'm a person that can take it. So I don't hold any harbor, any anger towards anybody. But my point is, Kaizo was fueling their fire. He really was. I'm trying to explain to them, I was at work hearing the stuff they were saying, and I'm saying to them, guys, before you say stuff that you might not, because you're on YouTube, let's not forget that. Before you say stuff that, you can't take back or you will be held responsible, like, like again, don't forget when Fang was on Kaizo's channel, stripping herself naked, and when she was threatening Nakimizi, Kaizo can be held responsible in the court of law because he never stopped it. He never moderated it. My point is I was trying to warn them too about saying stuff they may not possibly take back. But they were so concerned on, on the rhetoric that they were going on. It was it was funny and sad at the same time. And yeah, Kifaru, I can't believe what I'm about to say, but True Niger was the high IQ one when I came on yesterday. I was only there for a little bit, but when I came on for that little bit, True Niger was the high IQ one. He was trying to cool everything down, but nobody would let him speak.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take my take on this is this. Some people say don't blame Kaizo. Don't blame Kaizo. Me too. Sometimes I've said my own things, but I think if I did not have that platform, to say the things I said, I would not say it. So though I had my own responsibility, but if you didn't ask me to say things like that, I would not. Well, I'm matured. I was just trying to say this to Nigerian Prince. He might be. I may just say some things, and the next day it's gone. But people who've got more fragile mind might take things a little bit further. I know people have even come out for me and telling me, "Oh, you're sucking the dad for the honors," things like that. And some people have taken it like really, really personal. And when sometimes you watch these things, you feel sad, maybe just because of who I am and age-wise, I see things differently. But I think, we should take responsibility. And if you're creating some kind of fueling some kind of a hatred, and you think it's not helping people, as Africans, I think we should take the responsibility. Thank you, my proud braids, for coming. What have you got to say? Is Kaizo the evil puppet
Yo,
master, or people are just stupid?
nah, Kaizo's a cool guy, yo. I agree with Kaizo. Kaizo's my big homie, man. I support what he does. Really, he makes the show more entertaining.
It's like the responsibility. So only me.
Yeah.
So
So
on
let
the
me go
scale
back.
of 10, yeah, okay, go say something.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me, brother, what you want to say.
So, like on the scale of 1 to 10, where do you think people are responsible, and where do you think Kaizo is responsible?
Kaizo is responsible for his channel 100%. I have a channel. I am responsible for my channel like everybody else, 100%. And that's not a brainer, right? It's not a brainer. If you let certain stuff run in your channel, fine, but you will suffer the consequences. And he already suffered twice, and the third one will come soon, and very soon, Kaizo. And that will be it for his channel. So you know what they say, you reap what you sow. You understand? So yeah, it is his responsibility, 100%.
Okay. Thank you, both. Will you accept that?
Yeah, obviously I accept that it's his responsibility, and that's the direction that he wants to take his channel on. But if you hate someone, that's obviously your own problem. Because at the end of the day, you're always going to come across people that you dislike, right? What are you going to do when someone from another ethnicity does something wrong to you in real life? Are you going to hate the whole group? This is not just an online thing, right? This is more of a psychological issue.
Explain. Can you explain that?
I mean, you're saying people are going to hate an entire ethnic group simply because of a roast session. As if you're not going to come across people that you dislike in real life.
I think your mic echoes. I can't really hear you properly.
1 second.
Yeah, your mic is echoing. I need to add also, if I may, there's two choices for Kaizo, right? There's two choices he has, two options. Either run his channel successfully, monetize his channel, make actually real YouTube money. There is a lot of money to make on YouTube, only monetizing, all right? You don't even have to beg people. If you bring a content where people actually enjoy, there are people with hundreds of millions of subscribers, you see. I've seen like you've been in the same position for months. So if you really want to grow your channel, go to the next level and actually get serious and honest money, you have to be able to monetize your channel. What he has is, this is the two choices he has is either continue this route, right? And every video that he makes that is shit videos like this, he has to take it down. Once you take a video down, that means you're not going to make any money out of it. You cannot monetize, of course. So there will not be any money made. All right. That's one thing. And he has to just always delete his videos and always beg and always do the same thing, and people will not pay you money forever, right? That's an option you have. Or you can actually make a nice channel where people can come and actually gain something from it and actually make money out of it in the future and grow that channel to 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. But this is never going to happen. You guys mark my word, he will never hit the 10,000 subscribers. Mark my, I will pay you money if it continues like this. You understand? It will never happen. So I'm just giving him honest advice.
This is a thing. Like, according to the poll, people say he's not responsible. So it means they're still going to go to his channel. So why do you think people are still going to go to his channel?
Brother, have you noticed? Brother, have you noticed how many people we know? Everybody in these channels. They are not so many. It's 40 people, 50 people maximum who watches his live streams. We know each other like we know each other in like in real life. I know every one of them. It's not new people. It's not like you have 10,000 subscribers. That's 10,000 subscribers. That is a lot of people who was watching, not 40 people. And these faces you see over and over and over and over and over again, that's not going to make a lot of money, you see. So I don't care if the people's fault. It is his channel. He has 100% responsibility. That I still stand on that one.
There's some comments that the people consider it to be racist. Why do you think people may consider it to be racist?
Me, of course. You will bring my racist ass out. I'm just saying, people play this, victim games. They will make you triggered, and then they say, "Oh my God, you racist." Everybody in this world is fucking racist. Every human being. I'm gonna just say to you, it is a natural thing. Everybody has some sort of, but you're gonna bring that.
Then why complain about Kaizo?
No, I'm not complaining, bro. Just relax. Everybody has some racism, and you will bring that racism out. And sometimes you guys really bring my bad side out, and it happens. I'm not even gonna apologize for it. And I don't care about I never go to Kaizo's channel. It is the first time I went last. It was crazy to me what was happening. You understand? I took my leave. I said I don't subscribe to this. I don't like this. I took my leave. You understand?
So
but yeah, don't cry when you call me names. Kifaro, if you call me names, expect that I will call you names. It's just fair game. I don't understand why people are crying about that. You call me names, I call you names. Do you see what I call you? The names I call you racist, but what you're calling me is not racist? Like, what world are you from?
So do you take your own responsibilities as well for what you said? Do you blame yourself?
Of course.
Sometimes?
Of course. I take full responsibility for what I say. That is what I say. Some things that I say in a heated situation, right? I take full responsibility for it. And sometimes I will apologize, and sometimes I say I am on the right way, because if I get attacked, I have all the right to attack back. And you know what? We have a saying in Somalia, right? If somebody bites you, the only way they will let go if you bite them back. And that is sometimes what it feels like. I have to bite you. It has to hurt so you understand what I'm feeling right now. So don't come here and play the victim when you calling other people names and insulting them when they insult you back. Don't play the victim game. Either you go all the way or you stay away from the kitchen. If you cannot take the heat, that's what I'm saying.
This is weird, from what I'm getting, the majority of people saying Kaizo is not responsible, that is not evil puppet master, people just who they are. And I find that really, really like frustrating, because we need to come out from that kind of a mindset. And we might be just talking, and this might actually radicalize some people in their real lives,
If I read this radicalizes you, you have to accept that there has to be something wrong with you personally, right?
Not everyone. It's not just that simple. Sometimes if you get the reason why people get into gangs, it is just really the simplest thing. You understand?
Yeah, but they have psychological problems. These are a danger in general. Because you're gonna come across people that you dislike in real life. You're gonna come across people that do you wrong. So what are you going to do when you're faced with those situations in real life, not on the internet? Are you going to hate an entire group of people?
I'm trying to understand you. I don't know what's wrong with your mic.
I actually don't understand him either. It's very, yeah.
Wait, can you hear me
but
now?
Is this channel, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that you're going to come across in real life people that do you wrong. So how are you going to react in those situations?
So you understand so I was just going to give an opinion. I understand where Tankybot and I understand where, Kifar and Olimi are coming from. That's the problem. I understand where everyone's coming from. And everybody can use the argument. But in general, I do agree with what Tankybot said. If you don't like it, then don't go there, which is true. That's the basics. That's the basis of any argument. If you don't like something, don't partake
is Taggy Boy saying that? Because I had very hard time. Taggy Boy saying if you don't like it, don't go? I
Yeah,
totally agree with that.
that's the
I
basis of his
totally agree
argument,
with
which I
that.
agree with. Yeah,
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. I told you guys too. Like, if you don't like, don't go. Okay, and my brother here, this is his channel. He can kick me out anytime I misbehave. That's his responsibility. He has the power of doing that. So people saying that Kaizo is not responsible, I don't understand. You can always kick us out. You can always say, no, this is not a topic. You are the king in this channel, so you have the responsibility for it. You understand? You cannot
Yeah,
just click out.
yeah, that's true. You know, sometimes I had to make this stream because, you know, I've seen things, you know, I see that people are actually hurt and people like really take things so personal. And I didn't find that funny. You know, sometimes we might get into entertainment, but when it becomes so personal, I think, well, I need to make this stream, you know, to call something out. And but from what I see, you know, we need, it's a share responsibility. You know, if you don't want it, you don't go. You know, don't say things that you don't want people to say to you. And again, I think if those we don't have those streams where people can come and say things like that, it might go away because we might not even have the need to say things, and therefore we might sit and say things that will be more productive and more creative. But if all what we have that is being thrown to our face, into our faces, is things that will make us like go on each other, you know, that's my problem. You know, we can have different conversation. That's not going to create that kind of a tense environment, you know. And so the host, and so I'll allow, I'll accept with only me. Kaizo is 100% responsible for the topics he's doing on his show. I don't want to believe PEA was the evil puppet master. You know, I think Kaizo is doing that for entertainment. I don't even think he cares about anything. You know, Kaizo is not on anyone's side. He's doing that for entertainment. So if you're calling in his show and saying what you're saying, you should take the responsibility as well. But he's responsible for making those dusty topics. And if you're
yeah,
going to call, then that is your own responsibility too. So it's a shared responsibility. So if you don't want it, don't say it. You know, I'm still gonna call into Kaizo's show. We're still gonna maybe do entertainment, say funny things. But when it's getting so dusty, sometimes Kaizo, you need to stop. You know, sometimes if you think it's getting and really, really dusty, you need to stop. I don't think it's in the interest of anyone that you lose your YouTube channel. It's got its own part to play for entertainment, but you should keep it and make the entertainment more fun, not the entertainment more, I don't know, vile and violent, and people are going out for duels and fist fight, trying to organize fight and whatever. That is so sad. We're going to say to that more.
yeah. You just pointed it out. It's a low IQ argument. It's a very, very low IQ, um, low IQ thing to partake in, which in all honesty is true. If you look at Kaizo's channel in general, again, we can't deny the fact that you know, us Africans in a way have some sort of tenacity towards dust. So in certain situations, we like to see fights like this. And again, I'm saying this in honesty because again, all Africans should agree. There's a reason why we go to Kaizo's channel, but there's also another reason too. You know, when I was yesterday, I was at work and I was on YouTube and I saw Kaizo's live, and the first thing I heard was start and gas me up, you know, riling up the rhetoric. But then again, I wrote in the comment section for everybody to see. I said, this is what Kaizo's gonna do. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do. I've literally stated it in a format where anybody can see what he's gonna do. He did the exact same thing that I said he was gonna do. Disappear, return, come back, ignite the fire, go away, return, come back. See, and the funny thing is, only Habib is the only one who caught on to this. I told Gas Me Up the same thing. I thought Gas Me Up was a high IQ individual. In certain aspects, he's high IQ, but again, everybody has their own department that they lack in. I'm not saying Gas Me Up is not intelligent. He is. I'm just saying Gas Me Up was played in that specific video. He may say that, you know, I let it happen. I let it happen like this. But again, you have to understand, Kaizo hates Nigerians. I mean, look, I want to say hate. Hate is a strong word, but then he doesn't care.
I don't think Kaizo don't care. Kaizo, I don't think.
Yeah,
Kaizo
that's the point I was gonna make. Kaizo doesn't really care. He doesn't really care about Africans. That's what people need to understand. I mean, he says he cares about Africans, but the way he introduces Africans to panels and the way I mean, look, I'm not a type of person to cry or anything like that. But if you're calling Kaizo racist, or if you're calling Kaizo a person who shits on Africans, you are paying attention to his channel. You're the one that's going to his channel. I'm agreeing with what Tanki was saying. I mean, Kaizo on multiple occasions said that he used to go to a white racist stream. I mean, you make of it what you want, but my point is, if you're going to go to his stream, then expect the dust. That's on you.
Yeah, that is true. That is a fact, you know. Yeah. So, man, we have already. This is a shared responsibility. This is shared responsibility, and we should be responsible, you know. So,
yeah.
And my point is, you know, so though people saying it's not Kaizo, I think if you don't give people gun, they will not shoot. That's my problem.
Yeah,
if you
but
don't
I do agree on that last final part that you guys were talking about. With Africans who have no idea what the dust side of YouTube is, and actually come to these type of channels and lives to expect some fruitful discussions and talks about how to betterment the continent, then you're gonna get very little of that. My point is, if you go to Kaizo's channel expecting, you know, high IQ debates, and then all you hear is discussions on looks, fucking skin color, you know, features and stuff of that sort, then you are going to get radicalized because you're not used to this type of environment and nature. So you will get radicalized. It is part of it. So I do understand the aspect of what you are trying to say, Kifaru. People who have no idea what the dust side of YouTube scene is will get radicalized by that type of rhetoric if they have no idea how to deal with it. So they're going to presume people like this, because again, they might have not met people from other tribes within Africa. So what they're going to presume is people on the dust side of YouTube actually applies to majority, if not all of those people.
Yes, exactly. That's the issue. You know, some people are weak-minded, and people who've never come into contact with people of that other side. That's just what they're gonna say because they give us this opportunity to say things. And sometimes people say, "Well, it's just what people think," but I think as a human being, if you come hard on someone, they're gonna come hard on you as well. You know, that is just normal. But do they mean it? Do they really mean it? That's where I don't know if they actually mean it, you know. And so, yeah, we don't give people gun, they would not shoot.
And that's the thing. Africans don't think ahead of time, Kifaru. We have this concept where we think with emotional intelligence, not actual intelligence. There is very little to no critical thinking when it comes to Africans, you know, decisively pointing out stuff that can actually be important in such, you know, Kaizo streams. I mean, they don't really think.
Yeah, thank you. I'm my mixed race brother, Kifaru Extreme. Oh, damn. Come on, man. So what are you going to say? Do you think Kaizo is the evil puppet master or people are just stupid, Brian?
Oh, you're not going by my new name, Kifaru?
I can't say it completely all because it's
Kifaru extremist, I'm guessing.
His extreme
Kifaru
hatred.
Extreme hatred for, what's that? No, I can't see the other word.
North and South Americans.
No, come on. Come on.
Because of our exoticness, I guess. But just playing with you, brother. Just playing with you.
Yeah.
In regards to Kaizo, I don't think he's playing any type of puppet, as being a puppet master or anything like that. You know, he's just basically, and you see a lot of YouTubers do, fueling the fire. I remember a Somali guy, he's from the East Coast in New York, or in the New York metropolitan area, probably New Jersey. He talked about, it was a platform back in the day called Topics. And you used to see so much infighting among people. He's basically putting out material what's been in people's mind. And let's just face it, people like entertainment, people like drama, people like chaos. You notice this within our own society and in various different platforms. You might find on YouTube, or you might find on Facebook, or you might find on Instagram. People doing a whole lot of infighting about nothing. And basically, Kaizo is just flaming what's been on people's minds, because this has been going on for quite a long time, even back in the day before YouTube. I mean, is he a troll? Yeah, he is. Does he like playing around a lot? Yes, he does. Whether he hates Africans or not, or Black people or not, that's an interesting story. I mean, I don't buy his IQ argument by far.
So where do you think the responsibility lies, the callers or Kaizo?
It's the people. It's the people people, like I said, people like drama, and people like to get riled up. Like I said, Kifaro, people, it's just innate. I mean, if you go to various different platforms throughout YouTube, let me just look at it, since I live in the Americas, and I remember someone created a video about issues what we have here. Let me just say within the African American community. You know what I mean? And those thoughts and those arguments been going on within our own communities. But the difference is now it's not, as far as within the community or what people have been saying or what type of hostilities they had buried inside, is just now brought out into the public spaces like this, like in YouTube. And that's what Kaizo just basically doing. It's just flaming the fire what people always had in their minds, or even debated about it in other platforms. That's it.
Okay, I get your point. So you don't blame Kaizo, you blame people. You don't blame him. People, he's just kind of giving people the platform to say what they actually think. So,
I'm gonna say he's flaming the fires. Definitely, he's flaming the fires. But it's up to us.
Okay. So should it?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're the master of this platform. I'll let you go.
No. Go ahead. You were saying something. Sorry for stopping you. So you said he's fueling the flames, but just go ahead, finish what you're saying.
But it's up to us as individuals, as smart people. We have intelligence. Either we're going to play with it, go with it, or not. I mean, he's trolling. You know that he's want to get a rile out of people, and if you're going to be low IQ, I hate that use that term, or be emotional.
That's part of Kaizo's grooming. Who you're saying now?
I know, right?
You using that word is part of Kaizo's
it's kind of very insulting to people, because people these days, especially the younger generation, I notice are a lot more sensitive towards those things. If you say certain things like that, that's why I try to publicly. I remember I said that to somebody. I'm like, oh man, this YouTube thing is getting to me, and I really hurt that person's feelings. So
shout out to you, Brian. I'm proud.
So now due to factors, because America is a suing society, and in this society you have to be careful for as what you say might be interpreted as something else, and then they might feel that your words you said damaged me emotionally. I had to go to my my counselor or psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever. And then, it could be a grounds of a lawsuit. You have to be very, very careful in regards to what you say to people in this country, in the United States. But I mean, for me, I think it's a very funny comment.
So, and for Nylord, what have you got to say?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Okay.
If Kaizo
okay, but Emma, let me just ask this one question. Let's just ask this one question. So, what do you think when I say if you don't give people the gun, they're not going to shoot? Brian.
If you give people a gun, they're not going to shoot.
Yes.
It depends on the person.
Okay.
They'll find a knife and stab you anyway. The same thing.
It depends on that
So
person.
what have you? Okay.
Can I ask you guys a question? How come
Yes, sir.
all the insults on Kaizo's channel, oh, his channel is dusty, all these things that you guys say, everyone still consistently shows up to his channel?
We've mentioned that, so okay.
People like
why
drama.
aren't you guys? Yeah,
People
why aren't
love
you guys going to Ike's channel? Because Ike's channel doesn't have drama, and he talks mostly about the same things that Kaizo talks about. But last time I checked, Ike gets single-digit views. He gets like 9 views. Let's be honest, because they're boring, bro. Like none of these conversations are that deep. Like you cannot last years or a year plus streaming and not be dusty, because you've probably answered the question over 1,000,000 times already. So at some point, it's just going to have to devolve back to insults to keep it entertaining. Secondly, Kifar, whether you like it or not, everything that was said in yesterday's stream, everyone, it's not Kaizo who instigated it, even though he instigated. Okay, let's just give him the fact that he instigated it. Everyone already had those feelings harboring in them. Whatever you said, whatever Gastamap said, whatever I said, whatever anyone said, we already had those feelings.
Don't you think? I get you, but don't you think those feelings have been groomed? We built them while we are on Kaizo's
no,
channel. Don't you think
those feelings have already, bro? Stop. Those feelings have existed throughout time.
Huh?
Those feelings have existed throughout time. What are we even talking about?
Don't you wait? My point is here. What I said. Don't you think those feelings have gotten worse since you start going on Kaizo's channel?
Nope.
No, that always existed, man. Like I told you before.
Yeah.
Like,
and let me ask you this, Kifaru.
Go ahead.
In your ideal Pan-Africanist world, where East Africans, Horn Africans, West Africans, Sahelians, Senegambians are all interacting with one another, don't you think those feelings will end up coming to the forefront again in that world as well? Yeah, when people meet up, those things happen.
Don't bring Pan-Africanism to this. Let's talk about.
No, it's true, Kifaru. I don't know. You see this, Kifaru, this
that
is the
is
problem
a different topic
with all of these other channels. No, but it's also part of Pan-Africanism. What is this a reflection of?
I don't want you to start another question we start talking about. So the question is, so is he an evil puppet master or
like
not?
For example, Kafaro, right? And I hate to bring up ethnicities and stuff like that. Like if I Google something on YouTube, right? Let's say an issue that's going on one of the islands of the Caribbean, Hispaniola, between the two countries there, and how the way one group of people are treating another one. If you look at each of those videos, you're going to see the flames wars going on there, and a lot of name calling, a lot of as far as issues that not only that group or the two groups that's fighting, but other groups from the outside coming in as well. Because those feelings, due to the interaction among those different groups, specifically in the East Coast of New York City, not too much on the West Coast, flame those type of feelings that they always had about each other, but is not able to say in the public. But once it's said in the public, usually in street fights or whatnot, but people do harbor those feelings. And that's just pretty much brought out. Especially in the internet, where you're pretty much, anonymous, where people do not see your true views about certain groups of people. And you see that across all ethnicities throughout the world, especially if you live among those groups or you work around these people. You see that all the time. Even within my own, let me just say this, even with my own community, I think Somali Girl pretty much talked about, African American girl. She was doing her, DNA, and she talked about her African ancestors, but she talked about her other ethnicities she didn't know, and it created a flame war. You know, she was like 60% African and 40% others. Let me just say that. And it created a flame war among the people in that particular YouTube video. You know, so it's those things are pretty much it's pretty much, it's talked about, people argue and debate about it, but it's brought up, but it's brought in YouTube spaces where people could be a lot more insulting.
Yeah. So again, so Amika, I think you've been in the comment section saying Kaizo has got no blame for this. So what do you want to add? So don't you think he's the evil puppet master? He's making people, he's giving people.
So come on, Kifaru. We are you have people like I think Brian is in his 40s. I'm 36, 37. They are kids. I think they're like 21, 22, 23. Come on, man. Everybody keeps going back. Even Mo. Mo is crying. Yeah, it's this case. Why are you going back? You have such a high IQ. It's your fault for going back. So I mean, no, man. Listen, Kaizo is a fucking insult. Everybody knows that, huh? Kaizo loves this, but we love it as well. So it's our fault as well. That's it. Stop crying. Stop complaining. The only thing that Kaizo does bad is moderate. He's a shitty moderator because that guy hammer and gets him up. These guys are really hurt. And these are West Africans for what I understood. But come on, man. It's our own mistake. We do it all the time. We go back all the time. That's why when you see me in the comment sections, sometimes I say harsh things, and they call me up. Come on the panel. I'm not gonna go there for what? It's gonna be a shit show. Everybody's screaming over each other. Come on, man. And we keep going back. So yeah, you just be accountable for your own actions. That's it.
Amilcar, I agree with you. Amilcar, let me just ask Kifaru this question. Kifaru, Amilcar, you can even be here. Kifaru,
yeah.
Can Kaizo manipulate you into having beef with Judah or someone from your own country? Can Kaizo ever manipulate me into having beef with Negus or Tanky Bot or any of these Habashas that I like? How come he's never been able to do that? How come the beef is always between people that are vastly different in ethnicity? That already shows you the beef already exists. All Kaizo does is just provide the platform which is uncensored for people to go at it.
Okay, so why would you provide that platform if you think that is going to create people, that's going to make people...
Why shouldn't he?
If you know it already exists.
Kifaru, can I ask you a question?
Because he's not a Pan-Africanist like you. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, but by the way, can you guys hear me? Because I'm in the car. So let me ask you something, Kifaru. I live in the Netherlands, right? So drugs are free here. I never smoked a joint in my life. Never took any drugs. Prostitution is legal here. I never went to a prostitute. But it's there. If I go there, it's my responsibility. I don't like those places, so I don't go to those places. So I don't think Kaizo is doing anything wrong except being a shitty moderator. Because, listen, and I'm going to tell you this about Lima. Lima was there yesterday. He wasn't being smart, but Kaizo should have allowed him to speak as well. There were like 100 people against one. I was feeling bad. And the guy went on me, calling me all type of pedos with small penises and I don't know what, but I don't take that shit personally. You understand? So everything, listen, we have shitty things here in the Netherlands, but I don't like it, so I stay away from it. But sometimes those dusty shows, it's entertainment, you know? So the ones that I don't like, I don't partake. The ones I don't like, I partake. Your channel is different. You know, I know you are more serious. You like more high IQ topics and to spread a little bit of information. So I'll be joining your stream more. But sometimes, yeah, if you go back to Kaizo and you partake in his dustiness, don't complain. Don't complain. And I'll mute out.
Okay. And
I mean, how do you feel, Kafaro, about it? I mean, how, as far as we give you our opinions about it, my opinion, Niloid opinion, and Amakar opinion, and also Mo opinion. What is your take in regards to this?
Okay. My take is this. So it's a shared responsibility. You understand? You know, I think, well, people go to his channel because they go there for entertainment. You know, maybe some other channels are boring. They go there for entertainment. And when they go there, you know, just due to the nature of the entertainment, they're going to hear something that will force them to strike back, you know, and it becomes a problem, you know. So if that topic is not part of the conversation, I don't think it's actually going to strike that you know, that fight. You understand? But as what you guys said is true. If you don't like those topics, don't get involved in them. You understand? If you don't like them, yeah, then don't get involved. You can. Sometimes I watch Kaizo's lives. Most of the times, I might not even comment. You understand? I might contribute in the view count. I might not even comment. I might just watch and listen to what people say. But you know, sometimes it gets so extreme that I think it's actually making people like actually hate themselves. You know, not everyone online is on YouTube, you know, saying these people are doing this, these people are doing this. Most people are just in their own countries trying to survive, you know, trying to live your daily life. They don't even care. But if we carry this narrative and we're representing a whole group of people, you know, we represent these people who, all of them. I think that's where the problem, that's where we have to take the responsibility. Because if you come, you're speaking like a Somali, that might just be you. But if you're trying to tell me all Somalis think like you, then that is a problem, because I don't believe all Somalis think like you. I don't believe everyone from Niger, Congo thinks like me. You understand? So we're bringing our brothers and sisters into this conversation that they might not even be part of it. That's my problem.
Kikiparo, contrary to belief, I have Somali friends. I have one friend from Ethiopia. We never joke about these things. It's only online.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm telling you. If I show you how we live in the Netherlands, how we mix together, we don't have this shit. It's only online. So sometimes I join the streams because I hear something about West Africa, and I think I have to defend that. But when I'm with my friends, we don't talk about these things. We talk about sports, cars, and stuff like that, and work. That's it. So I mean, people, come on, man. People have to be responsible. You have to be an adult. If you cannot take this type of streams, just don't join. Just stop complaining. Case is not to blame. You are an adult. Come on. Let me mute out again.
Yeah, I think the message has gone. You know, everyone has made your point. You know, so it's hard for me. You know, like people say, well, it's like a 50-50 thing. But from the poll, vast majority of people say it's not Kaizo's responsibility. Who's ever calling and contributing into those discussions, it's your responsibility, because it didn't force you to come and say what you're trying to say. But my problem is, if you don't give people the gun, they might not shoot. And if you come in and representing a whole group of people in a certain way, the people in your country that might not be thinking like you, but you're representing all of them. That's just my problem.
Yeah. You know, the whole representation thing is kind of like overblown. I mean, like, for example, I don't represent all my people in the United States. I mean, you know, we have a diversity of different thoughts, different opinions. Hell, some of us have different even ancestries besides our African ones. So, you know, I'm not representing. I just represent my views, but not the entirety of the 43 or 50 million of us that live in the United States. And that's how I consider it with other groups as well, too. If you're thinking intelligently.
Anyway, Almika, do you have something to say? I think Kaizo has started stream, and these people complaining are already there again. So it's
Jesus Christ, man. Just click off. Don't do that then. Yeah. I'm about to get home. So yeah, thanks for this stream. Hey, I'm looking forward to the stream of Saturday. I think it's Saturday, right?
Yes. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
great.
I know you have problem with Hebrew Israelites, but it's
What's your problem? What's your problem with Hebrew Israelite, Amakar?
Brian, it's all fake. Come on, man. You know it too. You are very smart, man. You know it's fake. Come on, man.
Well,
West Africans are not Hebrew Israel.
Oh, you talking about West Africans?
yes,
No. I'm
the
saying that. No, I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying the doctrine is just fake. The entire thing is fake.
I mean, so certain West Africans are joining that group.
Yeah, those are low IQ Africans. Sorry, go on.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a really big thing.
Really, it is big. I didn't know that.
Oh, the Bantu Hebrew Israelites. Damn, it's growing up.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had one came on my show last time. You were not here.
So you're saying that cult has spread?
Yes.
Huh?
Is a cult?
Yeah, in Cameroon. Yeah. They have it in Cameroon.
I brought one of them. One of them on my show last time. You were not here. One of the cult.
Yeah.
Judah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Deacon Judah or something.
Deacon Judah was on my show.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a Hebrew.
Yes, Brian, and I was attacking him.
Wow.
So we had a conversation.
Do you know that Martin Luther King's mother got murdered in her church by Hebrew Israelite?
Yes. I've heard about that. Yeah.
No, you can read about it. She was murdered, and I've seen a video of that. I mean, not the actual murder, but
I've seen another video, but a movie that explained it. You know,
as far as the origin of the cult, or it's a religious group right now. So that's just I don't know, man. That's how I feel about that other guy yesterday, Hammer. It's going to be another cult that's going to be revolving around him.
That guy.
I think Hammer is one of the issues that one of the the idea that I had to say something like this, because he's like really serious. Do you understand what I mean? It's like he's completely radicalized. And
that guy.
He was radicalized on Kaizo's show channels as well.
Yeah.
With his whole ideals, I was like saying to myself, it's going to counsel out a lot of people, not a lot, but enough people of African origin in the United States of what he wants.
What do you think about this, Brian? What about Kaizorians? My family, a part of them are Kaizorians. They are mixed breed. You understand? And I have another part also, with white people in my family. You understand? So it's gonna be a big issue. And the problem with that guy, he doesn't get tired. It goes on for hours and hours and hours and hours. He doesn't get tired. He doesn't need to drink water. It's like a Terminator, that guy. He keeps going and going and going. And you gas him up, I don't understand, because that guy is actually smart. I think he's smart. But he was so hurt yesterday, I didn't understand it. He was really saying, you guys stay away from us. I'm thinking, are you speaking for me too? You understand? Some points that he made, I understood also, because let's be honest, some of the Somalis also, they attack West Africans a lot, and we do the same. But I didn't realize that people were this hurt. So yeah, I don't know, man. I understand what Kifaro is coming from also, but I mean, we are grown-ups, man. You just click off and go on with your life. Forget about it.
I mean, the weird thing I find about this, though, in regards, which I could feel is the contrast with the people in Americas, is just like a normal Nigerian in the street do not deal with people from the Horn of Africa, unlike a person in the United States now. As a African, let's say I'm in the East Coast, I'm dealing with Afro Latinos or mixed race Latinos in a consistent basis, where you develop an idea by that interaction about each of the different groups, and which I don't understand as far as a person from southern Nigeria hardly even deal with a person from Somalia. Maybe a southern Nigeria might deal with like let's say a Fulani or a Tuareg who might be coming down south from Niger or whatnot, but not with a Somali or or Eritrean or anything like that. It just doesn't make sense.
It's because they don't come into contact with them. It does not mean if they come into contact with them, they're not going to work with them. That's the problem. They're just far away from each other. It's not
Right,
like
that's what I'm saying. I mean, unlike us in Americas, we deal with these people, and for us to develop opinion about each other.
Yeah. Kifaro, let me just say this. You see, I'm in the Netherlands, right? We are only 18 million, and it's a small country, but we take a lot of foreigners, asylum seekers. Huh? So when I work out, I'm in a gym. You see every type of nationality there. We have now a lot of Eritreans and Ethiopians and stuff like that. We don't have these issues here. You will not see people fighting each other here. We are too busy making money. You understand? Huh? These things that I'm seeing online, that's why I told the Somalis when I was on a stream with them, I said, I don't understand, this must be an internet thing, because we don't have that. Only look in the soccer club of my son, we have one kid from Ethiopia. Huh? He's the best player. I didn't even know that Ethiopians could play soccer. He is the best player. We have another one from Cameroon. My son from Guinea-Bissau. We have a bunch of Dutch kids. Huh? They all get along. They go to the mall together. They do everything together. So this thing online, I was so amazed. And I'm actually ashamed that I also partake in some of these things. But I'm telling you, this thing. That's why I told them this must be an internet thing, because this thing is crazy. I never had an issue with the Somali before. Never in my life. Never. I had issues with a lot of Africans because I'm African. You understand? But Somalis from the east side, never. Ethiopians, never. Dutch people a little bit, because you have to deal with them. They're the majority here. But for the most part, no problems here. You don't see that. I mean, yeah.
I think this is the thing. I can get it for young people, like teenagers. They have their own challenges and things like that. They're gonna say what they're gonna say for their own entertainment. But when adults start saying the same thing, that is the issue. You understand?
That's bad.
They're not gonna tell a teenager anything. They'll say what they want to say. I cannot go to TikTok into teenagers, channel and take what they say seriously. They're gonna grow out of it eventually. You understand? So why do you go listen to teenagers and say what they're saying and take it and bring it over to the adult? Means you're not mature.
Like I was telling you before, this has been going on for quite a long time, specifically in the internet. Like one Somali guy mentioned topics, and topics used to be all types of off-the-wall subjects. About various different groups, of Africans, African Americans, people from the Caribbean, specifically people from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, all those type of things. People used to fight, and there used to be, flame wars in those topics. I mean, I think it's part of probably human nature. I think human nature likes drama. We like drama.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sensation, entertainment. That's our thing. It's just you know what it is also with this internet age now, and the social media. Everything that you didn't see before, you've seen it now, especially with young people. But what Kifaro said, you as an adult, if you take it to internet and start spewing the same thing, and I'm not innocent because I did it also. Then yeah, you're not doing good things, man. I'm from now on. I think I'm gonna stop with that shit. To be honest with you, I'm telling you, Kifaro, when I heard Hammer and Gas 'em Up yesterday, these are grown men, and I wrote in the chat, you guys are grown men feeling like this. Imagine kids. Kids.
That's the issue. I mean, Hammer came for me that I support the honors. I sucked your dick and that. Oh my God,
Yeah, I saw you say something about your mom and stuff like that. And I'm at work seeing this. I'm like, wow, this shit is going too far now. Exactly. You know. So I mean, this is crazy. And to be honest, it's like people like you, Brian. Let me see, level-headed people. That's why sometimes when Brian is on the live stream and I can join, I join right away, because actually these are people that you can learn something from. You, Brian, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I mean, Kaizo stream when actually the one who gives more pushback to Kaizo is Brian is one of them. I heard that Bibi also, sometimes you also, but the rest just goes along with the shit. So I mean, you know, we have all to be mature a little bit. That's what I think.
I see through Kaizo bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah. You know, so the last streams I've been attacking him a lot. He blocked me from every stream. From every stream, from his work channels.
So I'm no longer one of the what do you call it? What do you call those people who
mods?
Yeah, the mods. I'm no longer a mod, which is cool. I don't care about that. But
yeah,
you know, I got on his ass about certain things, and you know, he considered low IQ. I said, no, it's not low IQ. It's just talking about the facts. Don't include. I mean, because I think he made a statement in regards to, you know, Africans not wearing clothes and this and that. I said, you're talking about your people.
Yep.
I mean, I say if you look at Benin statues or the, you know, Benin cities, they had clothes, they had a clothing industry. I mean, they even talked about it, Europeans and stuff like that. And you know, and as an African, I mean, as a person who's from the African continent, I'm kind of disappointed. Not necessarily disappointed because he's coming from a different area in Africa. But somewhat disappointed in my mind, like, okay, he doesn't know about the history of other regions in Africa, but just know his own little circle of the continent. And I get it. I get it because in most, even in the United States, right, we hardly know anything that's south of us. We're kind of like feel like we're kind of like some type of weird island to ourselves called America, and then everything else is just so far away. But you know, when I did the DNA test, I realized how interconnected I am to other people in the Western Hemisphere, you know, from the Caribbean and, you know, Dutch-speaking Americas, and also, you know, those who took the test, and also in Latin America, you know, we're connected because of that history. And I got some of these people as my DNA cousins. So, you know, people have to think out of the box and not thinking you're some type of island and everything else is pretty much far away, which we really are connected. And and I understand with Kaizo, he is kind of like an island by himself. He is Kenyan, so he just know the reality of Kenya and also the countries that he surrounds himself with, the ethnicities he's around, you know, like in the Horn of Africa and stuff like that. And then later on, who he came in contact with in London, where he grew up at.
This is the thing. I'm not sure Kaizo has spent so much time with the people from Horn of Africa in Kenya. I think he came into contact with these people while he was in Britain. I don't know for how long Kaizo.
I mean, there's a lot of Horners in Kenya. That's what
I know, but I don't know how old Kaizo was when he left Kenya.
Because think about it is this: Somalia, or part of Somalia, is part of Kenya.
I know.
Correct.
No, I'm not rejecting the fact. I mean, like Kaizo, his interaction with the Honors, I think that was more in the UK than in Kenya.
It could be a little bit of both, because living in Nairobi, you get all the tribes there. You know, Somali lives in an area called, I think, Eastland or something like that.
You look at this again just now. This is oh God. I think we are doomed, man. It's a curse.
Well, the doom of the race, a whole entire race, or what?
Oh my God.
Doom of the whole entire race.
Anyway, guys, I don't want to take much of your time. You know, I think
no. I mean, you know, you said you think we are doomed. I mean, what do you mean by that?
No, because we're just complaining about going on Kaizo's stream and insulting, and we say, "Oh, that's not good." But I just had this comment. That's why I shared it. Then I said, maybe we're just doomed. It's like we can't help it. We just. I
think that's just human nature. Pafaro. Human nature. We like drama. Like I said, if you go to any of these platforms online, especially when it comes down to these, you know, various different controversial subjects. When you talk about various different controversial subjects, you're going to have so many different groups and opinions and people yelling and screaming at each other, you know, from the keyboards or what have you. You're going to see that.
Yeah. This was a short stream. I don't plan being here again. I think the message was gone through, but people still say, "Well, take your responsibility."
I mean, I don't think you visit many African American streams, but it could be
I
very,
do, but
very.
I do, but I can't really talk about. Sometimes I go. That's why most of the times I don't call into Dinah's show, because it's just so much America. I don't want to get into Americans people's conversation, except it's
Right.
a general topic that you can get involved. But I can't be talking about Black Americans. To me, I don't think I have. I don't think I'm in the capacity of complaining about African Americans. I don't think I don't understand more. Sometimes I just listen.
Well, Dynasty Stream, I have a hatred and and then an indifference towards it, to be perfectly honest with you. But I don't hate Dynasty. I mean, I think he's doing his thing, and
yeah, he's unapologetic. He does not care what people say. He does what he does, and if you don't like it, don't come to his channel. He's
right. I don't go to his channel.
African Americans to move and settle in Africa. That is him. That is his idea.
That's his. Yeah, exactly. That's his choice.
Yeah.
That's his.
That's his choice. And they got
right, same thing with Go Black. I used to watch his stream, but and then I just kind of distanced myself due to when it gets down to these religious topics.
I think he's aware he's Hebrew Israelites, but he does not want to come out plain.
Because, exactly. I'm thinking of myself in my mind, man.
Africans, I think he's scared of losing an Africans audience, because Africans don't like that Hebrew Israelite. When you start talking about Hebrew Israelites, Africans see them as some kind of anti-African group. So you can't be going to Africa and you tell people you're Hebrew Israelites. Especially the Africans, most of them that watch him and Africans on the West have got the internet. So when you start saying you're Hebrew Israelites, you're gonna lose them, and he is aware of that.
Trust me. A lot of African Americans. I mean, if you think about Hebrew Israelite, we think of them as a weird group.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, not everyone is on board of Hebrew Israelite. Even the Nation of Islam, which also have, I hate to say, a checkered history. Especially with their leadership, some guy who came out of nowhere. They don't know where the hell he came from. You could read up on that, whether he was from Afghanistan or what have you. And just the dude who became the founder of it, I'm like saying, did he come from the insane asylum? As far as stuff that he was saying, and if you read about him, you're like, wow, this is their founder.
Are you talking about Fard Mohammed? Fard Mohammed, right?
Yes, man. Yeah.
I know.
I thought I mean, straight up insane asylum.
Yeah, and he wasn't black at all. He didn't look black.
No, he didn't. He didn't at all. But they probably might complain, say, "Oh, he was mixed," or "He was ethnic."
They'll say that. Yeah. Just to give him a way out. Yeah. They'll do that.
Yeah. He's ethnic like Thurgood Marshall. I don't know if you know who Thurgood Marshall is. Yeah. That.
Yeah, but you know, Kifaro, we shouldn't even be talking about Black Americans, because I don't have a lot of interaction with Black Americans on a daily basis. Just online. And the only one that's really close to me now, because I used to have a friend, but he moved back to the States, is Nagmizi. But that guy is also a little bit a nut job.
Who's that?
Nagmizi went back to the States?
No. I said the friend that I knew, he was studying here and then he went back to the States. But the only one that I know now in the Netherlands, there's a Black American, is Nagmizi. He's a cool guy, but yeah. But
so you meet him? You meet with him on contact?
No. He gave me his number twice, because we live like 20 minutes. So I live in The Hague and he lives in Rotterdam. There's like 20 minutes drive.
Yeah, wow.
20 minutes.
He gave a small country anyway.
It's very small. So he gave me his number twice, but I was like, I don't know, because if I hear him online, I'm like, well, this guy sounds a little bit, not trustworthy. That's the only thing. No, but that's the only thing. But I don't think he's a bad guy at all. But when he comes online, the hate that he has.
It's not. He's a grown-up person. He just knows how to fuel the heat. Sometimes he comes.
Yeah, he does.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's a typical New York person, man. He likes letting the fly.
Yeah, he knows
but
exactly
that's
what he's doing. You know,
yeah, he's not a dumb person. I can tell
it's
you that.
not. It's not. It's not.
But you know what he does a lot? He reads so he reads a lot of African history to use it against Africans. That's what. And I told him this before. I said, I know what you're doing. And he was laughing. I said, yeah, that's what you do. That's good. You know, because I learned a lot from him. But what I learned from him, I heard him also use it against other Africans, and I was laughing in the living room. I said, this guy here. So, but you know, I mean, it's all entertainment. I don't think Nagmisi would ever do something bad to other people or stuff like that.
No, he won't. He won't. He won't.
No, I don't think that. I think he's a nice guy. I just think he's a little bit, a little bit crazy, but it's okay, you know.
No, he's a typical New York person. Very, very typical. What I used to encounter in New York. It's kind of funny. It's like hearing him talk and his reaction remind me of a lot of people who I knew who I grew up in New York with.
But one of these days, I'll look him up. I'm going to link with him because I said, listen, I'm not going to do it. But I think, you know, I think if we meet each other face to face, I think we'll become friends because both of us we work in the same industry and we do the same sports. So I think,
Brian, I'll be having a guy from Cape Verde on this stream soon. He's gonna talk about the history. You're gonna like him because you only like admixed people. That's what you.
No, I
don't. You only like admixed people. So he's gonna come on the show and
I'll be joining for sure. I'll be joining.
Brian,
you have a hatred. It seems like you have a hatred of that mixed people, Kafaro. I'm like,
no, I don't. I have. Let me count. I have 3 cousins, and 3 cousins. I think 2 nieces. Well, mixed race people, man. I can't have.
I mean, mixed race, and I mean, this is the difference. This is the problem which I have with you. Mixed race and admixed is totally different thing. It's very, very different thing.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about.
A mixed race.
Just telling you, your brother is going to come and
let me just say this for you, Kafaro. Let me say this for you. A mixed race person comes from two different races.
Yeah.
Whereas an admixed person is totally different. They don't come from 2 different races, but they probably was mixed or come from a line of mixed race people. That's
like my mom. My mom, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. My father is jet black, and my mom is really, really light. But my mom has a lot of Portuguese admixture because of our Cavadian side. That's what Brian is saying. So me, I also have a little bit of admixture, and that's what Nagmisi uses against me. He said, "Yeah, he's a whole Portuguese." That's what he says all the time.
Right. So we're different. I mean, I can't. You know. A person who's 80% African, do you consider that mix?
What?
80% African person.
To me, admix is the one I can see. You understand? If I don't see you as being,
that's true too.
Like, it doesn't matter how mixed you are. Your dad might be white as what, and you does not look like that. I might not consider you. To me, it boils down to the looks.
Right. It does. It does. I mean, I might look a certain way. Let's say I might me and you pretty much look alike, Kafaro. We probably might look alike, me and you.
I've seen people who are mixed, who are admixed, that they don't. Maybe I'm even more light skinned than them, to be honest.
Right. It's true. That's facts. I see that all the time. Like me and you look alike, but I have siblings who might look a certain way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you could get that in one family, even though you're brothers and sisters, if you know what I mean. So I consider ourselves different, or I consider admixed people different than a person who actually comes from different race parents. That's a totally different thing.
Well, guys, I think I will leave you guys. Thanks for coming. Except you want to add something.
Yeah, I think you need to do trends more like this. I have a pushback against talking about business and economics. There's one I left on the chat. It's called Earn at Your Leisure. Mm-hmm. Those guys, they get over 2,000s. They have over 950 subscribers every single day.
Yeah. Exactly. So when these guys come and say, well, if you don't do those streams, you're not going to have views, that's a lie.
That is a lie. That is a lot.
things that
I mean,
are
because I
very
have it on the
important.
private chat.
And you have
Earn at your
thousands of
leisure.
people watching them. Yeah.
Right. Earn at your leisure. They talk about stuff that's really, I guess most people are concerned about business, the economy, finances, I guess whoever's in the cryptocurrency. I have it right on private chat if you want to look at that, Almacar. Cryptocurrency.
I've seen the link.
Yeah. I mean, they talk about business stuff. Even though they get into this one guy on there, I don't even watch that too much. He's into that hopeism shit. The one who looked like Elijah Muhammad. I'm like, okay, when he's not there, I don't watch it. But when they talk about serious stuff, when it comes down to economics, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I came on YouTube because I want to talk about more about Pan-Africanism, and
now if you talk about
I want to talk about PAA. You understand?
Now,
so I know it's going to be hard.
Pan-Africanism only in Africa or Pan-Africanism all over the world?
Okay, this is the thing. You understand? Pan-Africanism needs to work first in Africa before the other people can join. You understand? Because the people in the West, when I say this, they say, "Oh, you're kicking the people in the diaspora out of Pan-Africanism." They can't do anything because I actually want to do like politics. Someone from America cannot involve in politics in Cameroon. You understand? They can just say I'm Pan-African, but they can't be involved. They'll be scared. I will not even want them. But I can go and challenge the political institution in my country because I'm part of that country. But I don't expect them to do that. You understand what I mean? So that Pan-Africanism, to me, we should build it in Africa. Those other people can contribute somehow. You understand? But again, not everyone in the diaspora is interested in Africa, and that is okay. That's my point. So you need to make sure only those who are interested, you're talking to them. Because if you start talking Pan-Africanism to people in the West, those that are not interested, they're going to tell you, go away, we're not interested in that shit. And you might think, well, these people are not interested. But there are a group of people, only those that are interested, you can reach out to them, then you talk, you understand? But I don't want to do African or the diaspora as a whole, because I do believe the people in the diaspora who just want to be Americans, and it's okay. They just want to be an American, and to them, they don't care about some other things, and that's fine. So you can't be bringing them to Pan-Africanism. But the Africans in the continent don't have a choice. You understand? That's where you belong.
I mean, what about with countries that's predominantly Black in Americas? Like Caribbean, like a lot of Caribbean countries and stuff like that. How do they play into this as well?
To me, okay, this is the thing. If you want to be involved, you understand, it's better for you to be involved as a citizen of a country. That's me. Like, if you want to be part of Pan-Africanism, like part of the PAA alliance, as I want it to be, we have the core. You can be part of the core from Benin. If you do your ancestry test, whatever, and they say you're from Benin, I think it would be better for you to be part of the Benin core of the Pan-African Alliance. Because Haiti is a country. You understand? It's a sovereign country. Though they are Black, Jamaica is a sovereign country. They do their own things. So if they want to be part of the Pan-African Alliance, we will have to deal with them with like an African diaspora. Like the AU is dealing with has got the Sith region. You understand? But if you come like most African Americans now who are in Ghana, those are Ghanaians. They might not want to put your face in the politics, but they can now actually be part of the Pan-African Alliance in Ghana. They might be in the core. That's just what I think.
Okay.
Kifaro, I think for you to attract more viewership and stuff like that, more viewers, you have to do a little bit of mixed shows, about culture.
Of course. I do mix shows. I don't just want to focus.
Exactly. If you only do politics, I don't think your channel will go that far.
Yeah, that's why I was telling Kaizo. Most of the viewers I have, they come from Kaizo's channel, and these are people who come from Dust. When you start talking about politics, they are not interested. It's so easy for them. Understand? So I actually need a complete different viewership of people, because most of them, I think I should be the oldest, among Kaizo's viewers. They're not interested in politics. People of that age, I get it. Yeah, so they
Exactly.
just want their entertainment. So you can't be talking to them. So when you talk anything about politics, no one is
Nah.
coming to watch.
Nope.
You understand? So you
That's
need
true. That's
different.
true.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so I understand that perfectly.
Hmm. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
guys, thanks for coming, and I'll need to close out. I've got some assignments to do.
All
Not
right, all
trying
right,
Yes,
to.
then,
sir.
my
Yes,
friend.
sir.
It
Yeah.
was
Take
good.
care.
It was
Yeah.
good. Take care, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being part of this stream. And as we all concluded, it was really a roller coaster. Is Kaizo actually the evil puppet master? Well, as you heard from the viewers, some said, well, he's not responsible. People calling in his show and say whatever they want to say. So you can't hold him responsible. If you don't want to say things like that, you would not say it. But some people say he's 100% responsible, that if he creates certain topic, he's going to instigate this hate and violence. And he should moderate better. No. So I did a little bit of online poll, and almost 70% of the people, or 60, they say, well, Kaizo is not the evil puppet master. You take your responsibility. Yeah, but for me, my take is this: if you don't give people gun, they're not going to shoot. And sometimes we come on the stream, we represent the whole country. If I come, I say I'm a Cameroonian. You consider me a Cameroonian. Not everyone in Cameroon think like me. So if I'm presenting myself as a Cameroonian and speaking in a certain way to other group of people, they might believe Cameroonians think like me, and that's my responsibility. And that is the problem. So sometimes if you want to say something, certain things, make people know that it's your own personal opinion. You understand? Don't carry all of the Somalia's identity and make it your own. Not everyone in Somalia think like you. And that goes the same to every other people. Yeah, so we have to get the responsibility. We have to take the responsibility of what we say. We can't come online and create hate. That's there's no place for hate. Certain part of the in this world, the certain things we say on this stream that we get people like into serious trouble. But we just say them because sometimes most of us, we don't have faces. You don't know who's saying what. So we have we have the complete freedom to say what we're trying to say. So my take is be responsible. Okay, if you're going to a stream and they say certain things that you don't like it, you might just watch. Don't fuel it, because you might be someone that is really, really tough, and things like that might not hurt you. There might be people who are weak or who have got some experiences in your life that things like that just gonna fuel or give them some memories, and they're gonna be more mad. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to say, but I don't believe Kaiser is not a bad guy. I believe he's just there for the entertainment. He's just there for the entertainment. Kaiser has got no side. It's not a side for anyone. It's just a side for him. So he gives you the entertainment, and if you want to take it, you take it. So having said that, I thank everyone for contributing. On Saturday, hopefully, we'll be having another nice show. And I hope some of you, I hope you come and listen, and let's continue having this discussion. So until then, bye. So thank you. Bye-bye.